two of my favorite ingredients mixed together. We have chocolate and we have peanut butter. So when I cook up my peanut butter brownies, folks, I can't just eat one. It's dangerous. They're so good. And I grew up eating these brownies on the farm in Thermopolis, Wyoming. When my mom would mix up the batch, I was right there, believe me, ready to lick the spoons and the bowl. You know, I enjoy sharing pictures with you from my farm life, and this is where all of my inspiration for meals in a rush actually comes from. Here's a picture I found in my photo album under a section my mom made, titled, she actually wrote this out, Pictures Taken by Tanya. This is the picture I took of my sister holding her baby. Look closely, it's our rabbit, Bugs. Now, see on the farm, we just use animals instead of dolls. I guess that's what we did. In front right there is my childhood dog, Missy. And in fact, if you really look closely, that sprinkler, there's a bottle, and I'm sure knowing my sister Nicole, she tried to feed that bottle to that rabbit. So just a few of my memories, and I like to carry those memories to you and traditions with my cooking. I'm ready for dessert. How about you? So let's get going. Here's what you're going to need. Peanut butter, creamy peanut butter, about a half a cup. If you want to put more in, that's okay also. Also, you're going to need 1/3 of a cup of butter, and you're going to want that to be softened. 1 cup of sugar. We have 1/4 cup brown sugar, 2 eggs. We also have 1 cup of the sifted flour. Make sure to sift your flour. 1 teaspoon of the baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 6 ounces semi-sweet chocolate chips. I think I tend to put a little bit more of those in too. And also, we can't forget about delicious vanilla, a 1/2 teaspoon of that. You want to make sure that you preheat your oven to 350 degrees. You want to grease a 9-inch baking pan, and you can simply use the spray grease. I've also used butter before. So you want to go ahead and get that done. The butter is softened now. So the first thing you want to add, of course, the peanut butter. We're going to pour that in here. I was good today. I just stuck to a 1/2 cup of the peanut butter. Then you're going to add in your butter. Now, before you continue, you definitely want to cream these two things together. So let's go ahead and do that now. And you want to use your beater and put it on high and give it a good whirl. All right, that looks pretty good, nice and creamy. Now what you're going to want to do is you're wanting to add all of the sugars. Let's go ahead and put in our sugars. We have plain sugar and we have our brown sugar. Go ahead and put in the eggs. That will help to make it moist and to mix up a little bit. So there's our first egg, voila. And we have our second egg. Also, get the kids involved with this. This actually reminds me of my childhood, which is so great. My mom, once I got older, of course, would invite me into the kitchen to help her do everything. So now we're going to use the blender once again, low to medium, and you're going to give that a good whirl. Ooh, that's looking good. Okay, now let's go ahead and add our dry ingredients, and that is going to be a cup of our flour. Now I want to show you that when you measure out your flour, you want to make sure that you use a spoon to get everything in there, and you don't want to ever just take flour and compact it in like that. It takes away from the lightness, the bringing air into it. You want to keep it light and airy and fluffy so that your products, your baking products, actually come out fluffy. So let's go ahead and fill that up, and that looks good. And you kind of just want to go around lightly. You don't want to pack that in. Let's go ahead and pour that in, and then we're going to add our vanilla. So let's add a touch of that vanilla. Now once all that's in, let's mix it up again. Now about at this point, you're going to probably want to stop with your mixer and go for a big old spoon to mix the rest. So what we're going to do, oh, we have to add our salt too. So let's put in the salt, and now we want to add our chocolate chips, okay? So let's pour those in, get out the big old spoon, use your muscles, and stir everything else until it's completely combined. I think that is looking pretty good. Our oven should be nice and hot by now. So what we want to do is, once everything is mixed together, set this over here. You want to take your greased pan, go ahead and pour that in. Oh, this looks so good. Honestly, the best part of this for me is just when everything is in the pan is to lick the bowl, lick the spoon, lick the beaters. So yummy. And once that's all in, you want to make sure, slightly get this around. You want it to be even before you stick it in the oven. As so, just like that. Oh, so good. See, that's looking pretty good there. So go ahead and stick that in the oven. Now you want to put this in the oven for 1 hour. And as it cooks, you want to make sure the entire top of this is a nice light golden brown. Also, don't worry, it will rise and then kind of sink a bit. So don't be shocked if that happens. So once that's done, take out of the oven and let pretty much cool completely before serving. And I hope you also savor this delicious dessert and make some peanut butter brownies for yourself, your friends, your entire family, and enjoy the Meals in a Rush way. Of course, I always like to end with eating myself, and these have been tempting me all day, so I'm going to dive in. Mmm.